So as of like 10 minutes from now, this room doesn't exist for you. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me, boo-boo? DIY friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danie, and today's DIY in progress is a doozy. I am currently sitting in my front entryway, and you're wondering, why on earth are you sitting in your front entryway, Danie? Well, I go into this like panic mode when the holiday season starts because I know that many people are going to be coming into my home, and I start going like shaking because I'm like, oh my God, what do I need to do? What do I need to fix? What needs to be updated? Everybody panic! So I need to update it real bad. But before we get into it, if you are new here, then welcome. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and join this wonderful Creative Beast community. We do all things home and DIY here, and sometimes we can get a bit weird, but we like weird. So with that said, let's get into this. Tour the tape. Boop. So let's start with the fact that it has actually been 2 years almost to the date from the last entryway makeover. And I gotta say, this entryway has held up so well. In the previous update, we ended up doing a stencil on the floor. I painted the door. I built this beautiful oak hanging rack. We added a mirror, and I added in these really cool industrial tractor seats. This floor, beyond everything, has held up so well. Considering it's had 2 years of wear and tear, I'm thoroughly impressed. But things have changed in 2 years. This is a very high traffic area. My studio is right off the entryway, so a lot of DIY stuff is coming in and out of here. Big furniture pieces are always coming in and out of here. Things just inevitably start to wear down, and that's okay. And on top of that, the tractor seats. I was actually going to keep the tractor seats in this entryway, but then as I was planning this, my dear husband Jeffrey decided to say,
"You're getting rid of the tractor seats, right?"
And I was like, why do you ask, dear Jeffrey?
The tractor seats kind of just get in the way a lot, you know? We're always bringing in big furniture pieces and we can't move it. And on top of that, I'm always stubbing my foot. It's really hard to clean around. So I was just thinking maybe, you know, we could put something different there. No!
So we will be removing the tractor seats. I am going to put something in there that allows people to sit down, but also can be removed. And then the floor, although it's held up very well, I would like to update it. I actually really like the painted stencil floor. I think this has been a really great solution for a temporary space. I say temporary because Jeffrey and I have big dreams of what this house is going to turn into when we have some money. But giving it a fresh paint job, going with new stencils is kind of fun, it's inexpensive, and it really just makes this entryway shine. So we're gonna be updating the door, we're gonna be updating the floor, we're gonna be updating the walls because they do need a little bit of a fresh paint up, and we're gonna focus on a bench because we've gotta replace the tractor seats. First thing we need to do is get everything out of this entryway. We need to give it a giant clean down, and then we can get going on all of the fun DIY elements that are going to go into this space. So let's get started. Turn on a high five. We are moving and now we're shaking. I want to get ahead on the doors, but they both have windows on it and I don't want to paint on the windows for obvious reasons. So I decided to bust this out. So this is a masking liquid, but what this is designed to do is you apply it onto the glass, and then that means you can paint as dirty as you want to, get it on the glass, and then after you're done, you just peel off this mask, which then leaves the glass nice and clean. Because I do not want to waste a single second of my life taping off windows so that I don't paint it, especially for the door going into the studio space, because just no. Okay, look at that? We got a black door. There is one more thing I want to do before the end of day. Let me put this camera down. Let me first talk about my goal for the floor. I've been really loving the checkered floor trend. I thought it would be so much fun to do it in this front entryway, and I'm gonna be not doing your traditional like black and white checkered. I've been obsessed with this kitchen for years. Now is the time to try this checkered pattern, this color out. I have two colors. I have a reddy color, and then I have kind of like a creamier color to offset the red. It's a little bit warmer. I didn't want to go red and white, so I need to start with the warmer tone because it's going to be my neutral base, and then we can kind of go from there. So I need to sand the floors and then basically get anything that I need out of the studio out for the evening because nobody will be stepping on this evening. So it's already 5:48. Let's get to it. Woohoo! I did a second coat on the floor this morning, and then I realized I can't access the studio space. I'm literally watching paint dry. I mean, I thought maybe I could jump it. Like, it's not that far. Finally got into my studio space. That feels good. Okay, I wanted to show you guys the color that I'm doing on the floor. This color is called Spice. It's like a cinnamon spice. And then I found the paint chip for the floor color, which is called Studio White. But you see these two together, I think they look really nice together. I'm like worried a little bit, but I think because it's more on like the brown cinnamon side, it's gonna be less kind of like, whoa. But the next question is, how big do I want the squares to be? I have this tile and I thought maybe I would do this size, but now I'm feeling like this is kind of big. And then the other thing I need to decide is, am I going to go diamond shaped or am I going to go true checkered pattern? So I think we need to test this out and decide what size we want to go with, and then decide if we're going to go checkered or not. So let's see. Boom! Spice. Now, do we think that this is too big? I feel like it is a little too big. If I was a square, I want to be like, if it's this size, at least we'll have a nice checkered pattern. But now we need to decide, are we gonna go this way or do we go this way? Every picture that I have pinned has always been the non-diamond way. So maybe we should just go traditional. What would Martha do? Interesting enough, everyone seems to go the diamond shaped. Fascinating. So I think we do need to go diamond shaped. We're going diamond and we're gonna go this size. I don't know what this size is yet, but I will square this up and then we'll cut it out on a cardboard piece, and then we are going to tape this floor off. Oh, I love when we have a plan. Kind of into the blue and green. Did I just notice a mistake? Oh my God, I just noticed a mistake. That took a long time, but it's done. And the good thing about this stencil is that you don't need to do it multiple times. Now that this is down, we just paint. But what I want to do is I'm going to sweep up this floor. I'm then going to take the white and I'm going to paint the entire thing white, and then we are basically going to then take the red and then paint in the squares that we need to. We have so much work to do. All right, let's get going. Whoop, 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 whoop. while we wait for the paint to dry on the floor, I thought it would be fun to see what happens with this. I'm just using like just a sharp edge, and I'm going around the edges here. Ooh, it's a good one. Oh my God, that is such a good one.
Perfection.
Look at that. It's like literally basically off. That's so fun. It's like plastic wrap. That's amazing. Okay, let's do another one. This is so fun. I can't believe that just happened. The door wasn't closed properly, so the major like wind gust completely blew the whole thing open, bringing a bunch of leaves in with it. That was my nightmare. And it's a good thing that I actually have like little hopping squares, because like, I don't know what I would have done. That was so stressful. I need to let this dry though, and then I need to like go back and fix all of the muck-ups that happened, because there's leaves. Leaves, I tell you. And I'm just hoping that none of that tape has bled, because it would be really, really nice to just pull this tape up and like just a perfect crisp line. Has that ever happened to me? No. But a girl can hope. I'm gonna do a second coat, and then I will come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, friends, the time has come. We shall reveal whether or not Danie messed up, or is she going to have an evening to herself? It's time to peel. I'm not just being like super optimistic, but like that is a clean line. But damn. Oh, it's so clean. I love it so much. Oh my God. I mean, there's some obvious spots that need some touch-ups. Got some spots over here where the red bled. The tape pulled up some of the white, but I think I'm gonna do that off camera, and then we'll put a clear coat on this. All that said, I have a lot of touching up to do, so I'm gonna go touch up, and then I will catch up with you, so stay tuned. Well, it is officially like 10 o'clock at night. But the floor is done. It's all fixed up. It's all finessed, and I love it. I think it looks so good. I do need to put a finish on this floor so that it's nice and protected, so that I can clean it. So this is basically like a low luster concrete brick and tile sealer. I use this on basically every stenciled floor that I do. It has worked so well. It just protects the floor. I also need to fix up this little piece here. I think I'm just gonna paint it black and then seal it on top. But other than that, like, I think this is all coming together really nicely. This is like such a wonderful refresh. It's a lot of work, but it's so worth it. I just love it. I just like sit here staring at it.
It's so beautiful.
I'm gonna give it about another half an hour, and then we are gonna put a sealer on. So let's get this floor done so we can get to the real good stuff, which is DIYing a custom bench for this space, and I think you guys are gonna love it. My dear friends, it is a new day and we are DIYing. We are building something with wood today, and I gotta say I'm mighty excited. It's been a lot of painting that I need to do a lot of creating now to fulfill my soul. So I'm excited because I want to build a custom bench that's going to fit along that wall. This is replacing the tractor seat bench. Let me show you the design I want to do for this. For an entryway. Here it is, a quick sketch. I just want to keep it very simple. I don't want to overcomplicate a bench build, but we're going to bring two pieces of wood together to make the bench top, and then we're going to get a little bit more intricate with the legs. We're going to kind of give it a little bit of an angle. Probably, I'm guessing it's about 15 degrees, but I haven't done the math for it yet. And we're going to do a support bracket that runs across the underbelly of the top. So to prepare for this bench build, behind me I have a bunch of 2x4s, and I also picked up this 2x6. So this is going to be like a cute little teeny tiny bench. And I love that. Baby, we're gonna make a bench. Yeah. Okay, so I cut all my legs. However, I forgot that I was going to angle the legs. I mean, who forgets something like that? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna angle them now. So I'm gonna cut each end at 5 degrees. It's the teeniest, tiniest little angle, but it's gonna make such a difference on the look of it, I promise you. Even just that like slight angle is just going to elevate this so that it doesn't look so like square. You know? All right, let's cut some angles at 5 degrees. The legs are done. I don't know why I'm using this as mic. I want to show you what this looks like though, because this is the reason why I did the 5 degrees. So if I just put this on, do you see how like much that elevates it just a little bit? Like instead of being like straight like this, just this little elevation. Do you see what I'm seeing? So what I want to do, I want to build a brace that's going to sit between these two pieces here. First, we're going to create the piece that's going to sit at the top. Once I have that, then I'm going to measure what the middle brace is going to be. So we're almost there, which is amazing, and it makes this bench so simple to build, but I think it's gonna look great. So let's get going, and let's then sit down because we'll have a bench to do it on. Okay, time to test benchness of it. That is one sturdy bench. I don't know what else to do. She is a sturdy bench, and I'm proud of her. So at this point, all we need to do is stain it, throw a finish on it. Bob's your uncle. Honestly, I really love the stain color, but I ended up doing a combo of dark walnut, and then there's this little can of red oak. I feel like it just kind of brought just like a tinge of red, just enough that I think that it'll go better with the floor than if I had just kept it at the dark walnut. But I really, really like it. I think it's like fun, it's rustic. I love all the little like dents and marks in it that makes it seem like it's seen some stuff. It feels old. Just feel really good about this. But at this point, basically we just need to like bring the entryway together. I am going to pack up this space because it is messy. Gonna get this inside. We'll put a finish on this tonight, and tomorrow we're gonna bring this space together. So I will see you tomorrow. Woo! DIY friends, I am so thrilled with this entryway glow up. The changes that I was able to make were so simple, yet completely elevated this entire space, and this entryway just feels so warm and inviting now. I finally feel ready to host this holiday season, and I gotta say, the updates feel totally aligned with my decor style. And honestly, while the updates I made were mostly cosmetic, I'm talking about the walls and the trim and repainting the doors, those little changes make such a huge difference in any space, so I highly encourage you just to update the little things in any space. It doesn't need to be big. Look at the small things because they will make a huge difference as well. We have gone on an entryway journey together, and I am so glad we did because I had a blast. Either way, I hope this inspired you to want to refresh a space in your home, whether it's before the holidays and you're having guests over, or maybe after the holidays, after you had a little break and you're like, all right, now what can I tackle? I will say I do need to find a better rug for this space. The one that I have in here is far too small, especially for our Canadian winters. But anyways, this one is totally fine for the weather right now. I'm glad we did this, friends. Now, if you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we have a lot more home and DIY content coming up in 2023 and you do not want to miss out. And of course, sending so much love to my Patreon family. You guys are amazing and I love the community that we've built to celebrate DIY. And if you are looking for a community to share all your DIY projects, look for advice, then click the link in my description box. Go check out my Patreon, join our community of DIYers. I think it's just a space that we need for all of us. So this is the last video of the year, so I will be seeing you again in 2023. Stay safe over the holidays, love your family and friends, and of course, stay positive, stay creative, and keep on DIYing. Bye-bye.